Did watch the Joker last night. That's embarrassing. They don't have their top 3 or 4 guards. And you guys put up a performance like that. Jamal Murray and Nikola Jokic were bad. Murray was bad. That's a game you got to win. That was embarrassing. That was. And Minnesota, look, Minnesota and Denver has become a real rivalry, and I like that. I like that there's some fire there. Although the head coach of Minnesota, Chad Finch, said after the game, he was like, "Hey, they wanted us." Well, I don't think Denver, because they won their last 11 games of the regular season, wanted Minnesota. If you lost a game, so you faced Minnesota, kind of like Atlanta did against Miami. Miami sat their starters. Atlanta lost that game, so they wouldn't have to face the Cavaliers. Yes, Mark.
Also, do we owe Rudy Gobert an apology of some sort?
I do.
I'm with you because, look, we've been killing him, but you know what? 2 years ago, when the Timberwolves eliminated the Nuggets the first time, Rudy Gobert was playing like a Hall of Famer against Joker. He's the one guy that really makes him work, play in, and play out for sure.
Yes, and, I would say, I think the problem I had with Rudy Gobert is he wasn't one of the top 5 players in basketball, but this is when we had positions for first team, second team, third team. So that's not his fault. I'm blaming the NBA for kind of, putting him up on a platform that he doesn't belong. He's a good player. He's a good defensive player. And he did really well against Joker. But then they got rid of the, positions. Now we have positionless, and then he'll never make an all-NBA team, certainly first team. But he did play well in this series against Joker. And if this was LeBron, 3-time MVP, winner of one, NBA title, bowing out the way Joker did, we'd be crushing LeBron. Here is Joker after the loss, the elimination against Minnesota.
How far away or not far away do you feel like you guys are from being, a championship contender?
I mean, we just lost in the first round, so I think we are far away. Definitely, if we're in Serbia, we will all get fired.
If it was Serbia, everybody gets fired. They are far away. At least it felt that way. You didn't have Aaron Gordon healthy. Murray did not play well. Joker did not play well either. But this is one of those where Joker has one more year with Denver, and then he has a player option after that. And then you wonder, and I do wonder this, when he gets to that last year player option, does he want to play elsewhere? Does he want to play, after that in the NBA? I mean, with him, it's a wild card. You're not quite sure. It's like he might just get up one day after a season and say, "See ya, not coming back." Yes, Dylan.
Do you think he was even upset that they lost last night? He didn't sound like, "I'm devastated."
Well, I want to be fair to him. I'm sure that this bothers him because he's a great player. MVPs, he's going to, I said he'll end up with one title. And I obviously still believe that. He's not winning the title this year. He's got the MVPs. He probably won't win another MVP. But he might look at this team and go, this might be a Giannis situation. Although they're better than Milwaukee is, but you might look around and you go, do I want to stay here? Now, he said, I want to be a Nugget for life. Okay. I mean, that's the right thing to say. You don't say, well, I don't know. Because we're in that I don't know situation with Giannis with Milwaukee. Denver is a title contending team if it all goes right. Yes, Marv.
I spoke too soon. When the Nuggets won their championship a couple of years ago, I thought he was in a dirt category where he was on scholarship for the rest of his career, right? But Dirk was never considered to be far and away the best player in the game. Jason Kidd on the show yesterday said Joker's going to end up as a top 5 player, but you can't be a top 5 player, fair or unfairly judged. You can't have it with just one title.
And I think we have to judge him that way. If we're going to look at him as one of the top 10 players of all time, then we have to treat him the way we did other players. And that is, are you producing? Are you winning? Are you saying, hey, they didn't have their backcourt. They didn't have their starting guards. And you're losing. No excuse. But I think you got to He warrants criticism. I don't think he's saying he doesn't warrant criticism. He didn't play well. Get to your phone calls coming up. Settle on a poll question. Me, I had Chad Finch, Minnesota's head coach. It's Chris Finch. I think, is Chad Finch like a media writer for the Boston Globe for some reason? I might go 0 for 2 and screw up that as well. But is there a Chad Finch in the media?
Chad Finch.
Yeah.
Checking.
Okay.
There's a Chad Finchum, who is a motorsports driver.
No, I don't know. Here's Chris Finch, the Timberwolves head coach, on Denver wanting Minnesota.
Our guys, they took it personal. I mean, Denver had the chance to pick who they wanted to play coming down the stretch, and they chose us. And we use that as a motivation all the way through preparation and through the series. They chose us. They didn't have to choose us. They chose us. And our guys were up for the challenge of that.
Okay. I don't know if Denver actually was saying, we want the team that's gone to the conference finals back-to-back years. I don't think that they were saying, let's continue to win so we get to play against Minnesota. Don't we give credit to Denver? They won like 11 games in a row to end the regular season. That's not doing what Atlanta did. Atlanta didn't want to face Cleveland, so they got the Knicks. They wanted the Knicks. That's different. Denver didn't say, boy, we want Minnesota. Now, they might say, we would like to get back at them. They've been, one of the teams to beat. But I don't think winning 11 in a row is like, man, we got to continue to put our foot on the accelerator so we get Minnesota. So I think I think he's taking some poetic license there to fire up his team. But you did win. That's the important part. I don't think Denver set out to go, we are going to win 11 in a row so we get to face Minnesota. Wouldn't the NBA want more teams like that? They would be like, hey, we want you playing hard at the end of the regular season. Now, is Chris saying they should have tanked so they didn't face Minnesota? Because if that's the case, the commissioner would probably like to talk to you. Yes, Paulie.
We were discussing in here with the Chad Finch situation with the coach. Which sport has the most unknown by the general public head coaches? I was watching, what game was I watching the other day? And I saw the coach in the huddle. I'm like, I don't know that gentleman's name. But it seems like NBA coaches are not that famous unless they're really old school.
Yes, Marvin.
I was going to say MLB managers. I was like, man, Buck Showalter still managing the Yankees? No, Marvin, he's not.
Well, but these guys are so interchangeable now. I mean, that's why nobody's staying around for 15 years. We grew up with that, where your coach was your coach and going to be your coach for quite some time. Now it feels like, let me see what you can do in 2 years, maybe 3 years at the most, and if not, we'll get somebody else to come in. Chad Finn is a sports writer for the Boston Globe.
Oh, we love him.
Yeah, Chad Finn, not Chad Finch. No relation to Chris Finch. So thank you, Fritzy, for finding that out.